What's going on, guys? I'm back with another video. I know this is not exactly the type of video that my regular viewers enjoy. They tend to hate the bag videos, but I wanted to go over this bag here. This is a 12-hour bag from Recycled Firefighter. I picked this bag up maybe 2 months ago or so. I'm horrible with time. You guys can go back and look at one of my other video I did on this when I first got it. And I do want to say, well, I'll talk about that later, but customer service was excellent. Customer service was excellent. It was everything that I was told it was by Daddy-O EDC, aka Mason. If you guys don't know him, check his YouTube page out, and his Instagram page out. But back to this bag. This bag, I'm primarily using it as a work bag, just to carry my things to my office and then back home from my office. That is it. No frills. I just wanted something that was a little bit lighter weight and also was a little, the 1000D Cordura of the 21 liter Goruck bag, the GR1 that I had, was, it wasn't tearing up my clothes. It wasn't damaging my clothes, but I felt like it was a little bit overkill for what I needed it for. So this bag here is, well, let me talk about the Goruck that I carried. One thing you can see, I'm not touching the bag. The bag is standing on its own. I found that the Goruck bag, like most of you guys will know, it's a little bit harder to get them to stand up if you need them to stand up at all. And sometimes they won't stand up, period. I also felt like the 21 liter bag I had, it was a little bit too short in this dimension, which I think this bag is pretty close, which is weird that I don't feel like this bag is too short, but it was a little bit too wide. I felt it was a little bit bulky. So not only was it heavier than this bag, but also the dimensions made it feel even bulkier and stockier than what this bag is. This bag here is made out of X-Pack, which is a thinner Cordura material with a backing that makes it even more water resistant. Not waterproof, just water resistant. So you can see that backing here. Now, one of the other changes, I'll start from the front and go to the back. One of the other changes that's really not functional, but I'm sure we all like, because we all like patches, was this this patch panel here, this loop field here. It's a little bit larger, so it's easier. I know some guys like to run multiple smaller patches, or just if you want to put a patch on here, it's easier to put it on this larger field right here. So that's that. And that was my dog Joe. I know a lot of you guys like him in these videos when he walks by. The other change that is functional and I did think was going to make a difference for me, and it did, was this vertical zipper here, this vertical pouch here versus the horizontal pouch of the Goruck series. The Goruck series has a zipper at the top. It is at a slight slant, but you have to reach your hand all the way down into the bottom of the bag. It's not divided, and you're pretty much blindly reaching into that compartment. With this here, you can open it up. You can see everything in there, and then on top of that, let's see, there we go. On top of that, you can see that there are 3 pockets. They get larger as you move down. So that also helps to give you some organization in this bag. Even though it's smaller, you do have a little bit of organization. In this front pocket, looks like I have a little bit of mail. I won't pull that out. But I have my charger for my Surface Pro that I use at work. And I usually keep that tucked into the bottom pocket, larger pocket. And I usually keep a few snacks up here in the smaller pocket. But again, nothing is staged here. Whenever I show you guys something, it's exactly how it is and how I use it. So this is how it was when I put it back in from work. Very easy to get to. You can see it doesn't bulge that front too much, even though that charger can be a little bit bulky. Fits in there very easily, no issues whatsoever, and I still have plenty of room if I wanted to put things in these pockets, or even if I wanted to put something in the main compartment here. So much more improved over the Goruck series, in my opinion. The other thing I noticed versus the Goruck series were that, yes, it has, they don't have any of the heat shrink tubing over these lanyard pulls, over these 550 paracord pulls, but the zippers are larger and they feel a little bit smoother and a little bit more robust. So, you know, if you're looking for something with longevity, if you're kind of hard on your gear, etc., this is a bag that I feel is going to hold up as well, if not better, than a Goruck bag. So this is the inside, and you can see here there are pockets right here. There's a small pocket at the top. I don't typically use these pockets. There's a larger mesh pocket at the bottom. I don't typically use these pockets, but again, you know, it would be good for, I know a lot of guys, especially office guys, they put like toiletries in here. Some guys, you know, medications, things of that nature. Some people also put their chargers in this larger mesh pocket. You know, it just depends on exactly what you're going for with the bag. It does open all the way up, so you can get in here very easily. Inside of the bag, let me zip this up a little bit so my things don't fall out. But inside of the bag, you can see I do have a few things in here, but nothing too crazy. It does not hold a lot. That is one thing I will say, but I did not want a bag that held a ton, because I find that the larger the bag I have, A, the more cumbersome it is to carry around, B, the more I pack it full of crap. So I wanted something that was a little bit on the smaller side, so that way it was easier to move around with, and I wasn't tempted to cram it full of junk. I've had to go in here this week and pull some of the stuff out because I did have too much stuff in here. So I have a book. This is Spirit of 74. This covers all of the events that led up to obviously 1776. Lots of good information in here, but it's not a book review. We'll move on from that. I have this pouch here. This pouch is from the Hidden Woodsman. I believe it's called the Survival EDC kit. Got a few patches on the back. And there's a zipper on the front. I don't have anything in here. Primarily what I use this for is I have a multi-tool. I have a multi-tool right here. I have a pry bar, and I have a carabiner with bottle opener. Not that I necessarily need all of this stuff at work, but you know, to and from work, sometimes at work, depending on what comes up, it comes in handy. Really what this is for is to hold stuff like this. This is obviously a portable power bank and a cable to charge my devices. So that way, if I'm on the go, I don't have to worry about running out of power. I have just a basic, you know, single subject notebook, and I have my Surface Pro, which, you know, this is really all that I need to hold on a regular basis. So it works out pretty well for me. There is a loop up here if you did want to hang a bladder, because there is actually a hole for you to feed a tube through, so that way you can drink from a bladder. I don't need this bag for that type of thing, but if that's something that you need, it is in there. It also has the contrasting color on the back to help you see things on the inside. I mostly put large things in here, as you can see, so I don't really need that, but it does come in handy. The only knock that I have on the bag, there is some padding in here. Let's see if I can show you guys. There is some padding in here, but I have found that, like you can see, it doesn't extend all the way to the edge right here, and not right here. And I think as I move this around, the problem is this padding is not sewn in. So it kind of shifts around a little bit. So depending on where you have your laptop or whatever, you can hear it hit on the hard surfaces when you drop your bag down. So that is something that I have had to adjust to, but it does have a decent amount of padding. The problem is the padding is just not secured. It doesn't fill up this entire space here, and it is not totally secured within the space that it does occupy with stitching or something of the like. So that would be an improvement that I would make. A few times I have also put it down on its sides, which I don't know of any bags that have padding on the sides, but again, because this material is a little bit thinner, it pretty much sounds like you're putting your laptop or whatever directly onto the surface. So I would be a little bit careful if you do plan to carry electronics in a bag like this, or this specific bag, I should say. But overall, it's worked out well for me. The straps here, they are comfortable enough. I don't have any complaints. Again, I'm not really loading this bag out. I maybe have, I don't know, 7 pounds worth of things in here, 6-7 pounds worth of things in here. It did come, the bag did come with the chest strap here. So if you are gonna load it out, or you are a guy that a person that likes to close that up so you can have a little more security, you know, you have that. Obviously you have the buckle adjustments for your length, and you also have keepers for the extra length of cord here, whatever you want to call it, so that way it's not dangling and getting in your way. So I thought that was a pretty nice addition as well. I know one thing I saw mentioned in another video was this handle. You can see it's finished on the bottom, but they kind of stitched everything up on the top. And a lot of people were talking about the aesthetics of that. First of all, it's not padded, but again, I don't plan on loading this bag out to a point where I'm gonna need a padded handle. And because the stitching is on the top, the underside is very smooth. So that way when you're picking this up, you know, there's no discomfort or rough edges or anything like that if that's something that's gonna bother you. Again, this is a recycled Firefighter 12-hour bag made in the USA. This is a Hidden Woodsman. I believe it's called an EDC Survival or Survival EDC bag. Again, made in the United States, both of these things. Guys, I really do like this bag. It has been an improvement over my GR1s that I carried. I carried a, like I said, a 21. I had a 15-liter bullet that I never really put into rotation. Again, it was that 1000E Cordura made it feel a little bit heavy, even though the proportions are very similar to this. And I do carry a 26-liter Goruck on a regular basis for daily things, for when I'm outside of work. So I really like the bag. I suggest you guys check it out. And again, you can see it does stand on its own easily. Appreciate everybody watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.